Come and join the gathering on Equilarium FM for inspired conversation and guidance to lighten and brighten your day. Claire Johnson has gatherings around her kitchen table with a group of interesting and vibrant guests who are professionals from all fields of the healing arts. Real people integrating spirituality into everyday reality. Laughter and joy are two of the main dishes served at her table. And now, here is your host, Claire Johnson, raising vibrations across the nations, inspiring you to become all that you can be.
Hello and welcome to this, the fourth exciting show on Equilarium FM, the new manifestation. This week at the gathering around my kitchen table, the Real Holistic Housewives will be getting in tune with our goddess energy, discussing the amazing power of healing sounds and songs, and sharing my latest guidance and stories with our special guest, Anne Malone. Thank you for joining us for Raising the Vibrations Across the Nations, with my co-hosts, Josephine Tyrrell.
Hello Claire, lovely to be here.
And Gill Orsman.
Hi Claire, hi everybody listening in.
I've upgraded them to co-hosts from now on.
Thank you.
We're honoured.
My trusty wings.
Thank you.
So, last week, we were talking about the power of green and how wonderful that is in the nature that's all around. And this week, we've had a wonderful transformation happen in the south of England. With the extra light and the warmth that we've had the added bonus of scent. As you walk along the beautiful green hills or down lanes, there is now the hint of lavender and lilac on the edge of the spring breeze.
There is, and I was taking a walk in the evening and the most magnificent perfume of the night stock came out. You just caught it and you thought, oh my goodness, that's glorious, it's wonderful.
It's gorgeous. So it shows us all that there's transformation and growth happening, and whether you can see it or not, because nothing has visibly changed since last week, and yet there it is. There's suddenly a beautiful essence around. So
yeah, where I walk a dog twice a week, and all of the rape fields are out now, and not only have you got this golden, really vibrant golden colour, but it's very, very strong with the scent of the rape as well. So that's really beautiful in the air at the moment.
Yeah,
beautiful.
It's lovely. So last week we had a major full moon in Scorpio, which brought up a lot of stuff for us all. It's that really deep emotional stuff. Sometimes it's insecurities, sometimes it's issues we've been dealing with for quite a while. In fact, here in the UK, we had the mighty issue of the general election. So the whole nation was building up to a pinnacle point of decision for our futures, which was extremely intense and obviously very important, as it does concern us all. I mean, I'm not even a very political creature myself, and
I'm not either, I must confess.
But, we will all be greatly affected by the final outcome of the voting, the results that the Conservatives are back in as our ruling party, which we shall just leave it at that, I think. Anyway, the major full moon intensity was also last week, my darlings. And now we're back on track, and I'm delighted to hear we have plenty of Goddess Venus energy around for the rest of May.
Hooray!
Yeah, hooray!
Hooray!
Because astrologically, this May will teach us all about how to slow down and enjoy the sensual pleasures of Earth. Because in numerology, May 2015 is a 13 universal month, and 13 is the number of the goddess. And as it happens, today is the 13th.
The 13th.
So we've got a triple goddess thing happening. So we're in Taurus until May the 21st. So with this beautiful feminine Venus as the sign's ruling planet, we're sure to learn how to attract love, money and wealth in ways that are gentle, easy and enjoyable, and how we can integrate all changes with peace and joy. So, Goddess Venus, she is with us this month, and she teaches us to attract abundance, prosperity and wealth by delighting in all the luxuries and sensual pleasures life has to offer, encouraging us to really enjoy life to the full and to value our time and ourselves highly. So I've been out walking my dog for an hour or an hour and a half every day.
Oh, lovely.
Just enjoying being outside in the countryside. You know, and sometimes you think, I've got time to take the dog out, I've got lots to do, I've got a show to plan. Or things like that. Because clearly I'm not going to do the housewife.
No.
But I'm out there, I'm just thinking, instead of... yeah, far more holistic than a housewife. But when I'm out there, rather than thinking I've got to walk the dog, something I've got to get done, it's just enjoying the pace of nature and hearing the bird song and really enjoying actually being alive on the planet, letting your head stop worrying about real stuff. So, goddess energy. What is it, ladies? What is it?
Well, it's been my birthday this week.
It has.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Jill.
Thank you very much. And so I feel as if I've been engulfed by many goddesses recently, and
Fantastic.
and it's just been very wonderful, just celebrating at the weekend. And I feel very privileged that I was born in May, 'cause it's such a beautiful time of year when everything's just bursting out now. And owning my crone-ness.
Good
as well.
girl.
So what did you do for your birthday?
Oh, I went to a rodeo. And,
Wow.
That's very English.
I went to a Western-style, beautiful restaurant, but the highlight was just walking in the Bluebell Wood and having a meditation with some friends and a guided walk, and it just was so magical. It really was.
The bluebells are so magical. We spoke about that, Claire, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We talked about that before. But aren't you lucky? Because May, the goddess within us all, reawaken and bring feminine balance and energy to the world. So if you're born in May, clearly goddess.
Clearly
goddess.
Trying to own it.
Yeah. May our feminine strength of intuition and nurturing fully re-emerge. So goddesses are an ancient aspect of spirituality and religion that incorporate the feminine nature of the Creator. In the West, Mother Mary is undoubtedly the most famous goddess, but there are many, many, many who work hand in hand with the angels that come from both ancient and modern cultures and religions, including the Greeks, Roman, Egyptian, Mayan, African, Christian, Tibetan, and Buddhist affiliations. You may not always resonate with them, but their messages of love and encouragement are always from the divine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And goddesses, they cover all ages, don't they? You know, you can be a goddess at any time in your life.
Well, I remember the first time I ever met you, which was 17 years ago. You were the first person who ever said to me, "Oh, Claire, but you're a goddess." And I was just like, what? What? No, you are. You're a goddess. And you introduced me to the whole aspect of goddess energy and that you can find it and claim it. So.
Well, if you could see Claire, listeners, she is the epitome of goddess. You know, you take one look at Claire and you think, goddess. It's that simple.
Yeah. You are
No,
a
I don't
role
think
model.
that. I don't think that.
You are a role model, Claire.
I don't think that's what you said. Anyway, thank you, ladies. I'll take that. Anyway, by working with the goddess energy, which we all have, you know, we heal and empower our own internal feminine wisdom, which is within every woman and man. Your intuition is awakened, allowing you to be even more psychic. There you go, Josephine. Even more psychic.
Even more psychic.
Josephine happens to be the most psychic person I've ever met. So just to let you know that, listeners. So the goddesses also clear and open your heart chakra, which results in increased manifestation abilities. So as we all awaken our feminine power, our wisdom becomes more balanced and we move away from the old patriarch monopoly. So that'll be good. Goddess energy also renews our appreciation and respect for Mother Nature and supports the new highly sensitive children and grandchildren we have, the indigos, crystals and rainbows.
It does, and we were talking about crones last week, and but you get beautiful feminine, our elders as goddesses, and they're absolutely beautiful energy, aren't they? You know, they've got such wisdom to impart too, so that's all part of being a goddess.
Yeah, definitely. You can see them vibrant old ladies, and you just think there's something about you, and they're stepping into that, they're embracing it.
They are, and they've got so much to teach us, you know, and yes.
So it can only be a really good thing that we've got extra goddess power around this month. Oh, yes.
And we've got lovely Celtic with us today.
And
Beltane, yes.
Yeah.
So when is Beltane, and what's Beltane about?
1st of May, and it's the Celtic tradition.
She's the Celtic goddess, isn't she?
Yeah.
Beltane.
Yeah, Beltane. And then there was another Catholic and Christian goddess who was imposed upon the pagan goddess of Beltane. So it's all very, very, very interesting.
Yeah, layer upon layer.
Layer upon layer, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Sounds like a lot of the religion that goes on down here. Christianity on top of
Yes.
pagan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a lot of that happening,
Yeah.
haven't we?
Yeah.
It's interesting because we're sitting here with you, Claire, who's the very English voice.
Quintessential.
We've got, quintessential English. We've got Josephine is Scottish. We've actually got dear Anne here today is the Irish. So I feel I should talk in a Welsh accent.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
I'll just go and practice
The
that.
United Kingdom.
Yeah, we are representing the
United
Kingdom.
Goddesses.
The United Kingdom. Yes.
We've got the four corners of the British Isles covered.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in fact, what we love to do around the kitchen table, often after we've had lunch, we do a dip in of our goddess cards.
We do.
We do. We have the goddess cards by Doreen Virtue.
Yes.
And so, you know, we do a dip in at the gatherings. We bring out a selection of various oracle cards, in fact, to share around the table and enjoy. Oracle cards are an ancient, time-tested divination tool which allow you to see into the future. They're based on the law of magnetic attraction, in which cards are attuned to a person's current thoughts and beliefs. Because our thoughts and beliefs create our futures and our reality, the cards provide insights into the direction of relationships, careers, finances, health, and other areas. And so we share that as a group.
We do, and it's so lovely dipping into them. The message that you get for the day, it carries you through, doesn't it? And it gives you a bit of insight
Yeah.
and angelic guidance.
Yeah, in fact, the Goddess card deck was the very first deck I ever got, funny enough.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. Well, I absolutely adore those cards, and they're very, very powerful for me when I'm using them. And when I met you, it's like you've got that pack as
Yeah.
well, and so many people I know have got that particular pack. Yeah, there's a few people smiling now, I'm sure, saying, yes, they're my favourite pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But,
And after the break, we're going to be hearing from Anne with her beautiful sound bath and music and all. You've got a lovely story to tell us about how you got into all this, Anne, haven't you?
Well, Goddess in action,
Yes.
then.
goddess in action,
Fantastic.
exactly.
Your conscious lifestyle on steroids. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Have you bought into the idea that you have to work hard for your money, that business is hard? I will share some dynamic access consciousness tools to get you out of your own way so you can create a business that actually succeeds. Join me, Simone Millisers, on The Joy of Business at 4 p.m. Mondays Eastern.
Being a radio host on IOM FM allows you to build your show on a rich platform with the power of the internet to fulfill your outreach goals and connect with a very specialized and global online audience, unlimited by time and distance. OMTimes Radio will provide you with web relevance, a recognizable conscious brand, and with the standard of excellence that has accompanied every single OMTimes endeavor. Host your show with OMTimes Radio Network. The number one reason girls drop out of school in sub-Saharan Africa is lack of access to feminine hygiene products. The Pads for Schoolgirls Project, an outreach of Humanity Healing International, is changing this paradigm by setting up sewing programs at schools, teaching girls a vocational skill, while producing the reusable pads that help keep them attending classes. The girls pay it forward by making and giving pad kits to other girls in need. To learn more, visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is.
The truth is, you can't change the world if you're broke. I know, I've tried. Isn't it time you turned your life's calling into a profitable, freedom-based business? I'm Michelle Barr. Join me every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern for Sacred Success.
Conscious media for conscious minds. OMTimes.
So, welcome back. Before the break, we were talking about goddesses, and as it happens, we've got a beautiful goddess with us in the kitchen table today. I have the delightful Anne Malone, who is going to tell us all about sound bathing and sacred sound. And over to you, my lovely.
Thank you, Claire.
Hi.
Thank you, dear.
Lovely having you here, Anne.
Thank you. It's a real pleasure. Thank you so much. And sacred sound, is a very simple but a very profound way to connect with the core of our being and tune in to the cellular level. And it's a very, very simple and very, very, very unmythical way of going very deeply into our heart space. So for me, the most beautiful thing to do is actually just to start, and we can just together just sing or chant the lovely Om. So we can just do that once. And if we just place, and if the listeners would like to join in with us, if we just place our hands over our heart chakra and just press them gently, and then take a nice deep breath in. Now, if ever we're feeling, oh my God, what is happening, what's happening, just to chant or even just to will really, really get us back into that lovely resonance. It's our birthright. This is the essence of our being. Just to breathe in and just hum. Even if it's just like a release. But it's got that beautiful primordial vibration that resonates throughout our cells, and then throughout the air, and then throughout the universe. It is the essence of our being. It's the stardust, it's the light, it's the vibration, the prana. And that whole vibration and that whole resonance holds each one of us together. And then it holds the trees and the earth, and then it expands and holds the planet and shines the sun. And we, as finite beings, because we are going to pass on, get to play with the infinite. And as the scripture said, in the beginning was the Word. So this whole vibration is our essence, as light is, as breath. So we have these beautiful bodies where we can experience coming out of the finite into the divine, into the infinite. And for me, that's where I love to live, within sound. And my reality is that this is sacred sound. So it's not about a performance, because I am from childhood, I've been singing and playing music all my life, but I've never been drawn to performance, so I never quite knew where would I fit in with my love of music and that. So I tried all the traditional things. I used to gig down the Mean Fiddler with my electric guitar. I used to sing all the folk songs in the Irish pubs, all the Celtic songs, and I loved them. I remember the first time I was actually moved by music when I was about 3 or 4. I remember just standing by the fire and listening to this music that was wafting in, and little kid, just started crying. So I couldn't put a name on it, but I thought, oh my God, what is this that's completely taken me over? And so I think, rather than me talking about sound forever and ever, I think if we just sort of have a little mini meditation where we hear how lovely the sound can be just when it's played from the heart. And everyone can play the instruments I play, everyone can play them, because it's all about just using the body and the heart as the vehicle. So this is a beautiful instrument called a sansula. And this is just one example of the sort of instrument that you can buy very cheaply, and you can just play that from your heart.
It's so beautiful. It just makes me go all floaty. I'm
like going to sleep.
I'm just like, oh, it's beautiful. Yeah. Absolutely lovely.
So simple, isn't it, to look at? Look at there's nothing to it at all.
It's just a little African thumb drum that's been tuned
beautifully.
And you know, this is all we need around the kitchen table, you know, after a meal. Yeah. And if we just want to go into a meditation, but maybe just allow music to take us on a journey.
It does. You can feel complete alignment, can't you? The minute you hear that noise, it's like, I'm going home. It's lovely.
Yes, it is.
It's like a sense of peace comes in really, really quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And it's the other sort of thing about it is that it is definitely how, not what you play. It's about how you play. And that's what I learned, you know, because people say, oh, well, because I play a lot for yoga and meditation things. And people say, oh, I play the drums. Can I play with you in yoga? And, you know, you think, well, actually, yeah, but it's not what you play. It's how you play. And the whole thing about sacred sound is that you're actually supporting people on their journey. So you get out of the way and you are literally just a vehicle for supporting people. So it's a very different sort of way of approaching sound, but very, very beautiful.
That's absolutely gorgeous.
And we witnessed that today, didn't we?
Oh,
My goodness.
We did.
Tell us all about it.
Yeah, after lunch, we were all really, really blessed to have a sound bath created by Anne. We lay in my sitting room, and all the girls and my son Louis was present.
There's 9 of us.
Well, there's 9 of us. And we all stood around and we held hands as the one lucky recipient lay on the sofa and had Anne place this incredible Tibetan singing bowl first on your abdomen, so it resonated right throughout your whole body, and then on the center of your back, for me it was my heart chakra, and then on my feet, which was wonderful grounding feeling. It was amazing. It was absolutely blissful.
I mean, we were all humming, weren't we? Yes. All of us. We created a sound of...
What's it called? Toning.
Toning,
yes.
Toning.
So we were toning.
Pure vocal toning.
But to see you facilitate that, as exactly as you see, it's like how you do it. For you to do this, it's completely different to one of us playing with this bowl. You get a different sound, you get a different resonance, and it's divine when you actually play this. It was such a joy to have this today, a real honour. It was beautiful.
Thank you. And I would say that each one of us, every one of us, it's our birthright. And like anything, like any form of meditation, it's really just about going inside and allowing that energy to work through you. That's the difference. It just happens that I've been doing it a lot longer than anyone in the group, but everyone can actually do that, and then you make it your own.
Right. Lovely. And then you did that spectacular thing with the water in the bowl.
Yes.
That was amazing. Would you like to tell us about the bowl?
Yeah, well, basically, we have the Tibetan bowl, and the Tibetan bowl is a pure sound, very, very pure sound. And when pure sound resonates with the molecular makeup of the water, it excites the molecules and they dance. And how we see that in this plane is that the water boils. It literally, from the vibration, and because we're either 70% or 90% liquid water, this is what happens to us. So sometimes we think, oh my God, that music moved me so much. It's basically, we are water, we're vibration when we,
So it really does move you. It's moving all the water in yourself.
All the molecules, and all that emotion, the water. It's, sound is such an amazing healing thing.
Well, it was such a gift having it today, and it's such a wonderful treat because the focus for Equilarium is that it's a high vibration healing centre. So obviously we will be incorporating the use of healing sound. So the building will be constructed in a way that it will enhance the healing sounds, and we'll have special rooms for like sound baths and things like we experienced today, because it's all about the resonance going into the ground, as well as, like you said, it goes out across time and through space into the universe, but it will also be returned back into the earth to put the healing vibrations into the earth. So it was lovely to be able to experience that.
Oh, it was such a gift. It was really divine. And when you got us to put our finger in the bowl, you could actually, when you were doing this, and you could, it felt like electricity, didn't it, going through?
Yeah, much more than expected. You put your finger in on the edge, it was like,
Yes.
it really was.
But
It's the energy, the life force, the prana.
absolutely, it's beautiful. And Equilarium, Claire, that's for the listeners that haven't tuned into any of our other programmes. Would you like to tell us just a little bit about Equilarium, what it is?
Yes. Shall I do that after the break?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Can I just say something about the bowl? Because what I really thought was when you had the water in it, how small amount of water there was, but the bowl, how it affected that water in such a vibrant way. So if you think about that en masse, it's just what we could actually do, and you really enhance this power and understand what it is completely, really start to work with this. I think it's going to just change so many things.
And that's the lovely thing about the monks, everyone who chants Om, that's what we're doing. So the more that we kind of sing from the heart and that beautiful vibration, the earth is going to the whole universe.
It's going to hear.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing to have that in Equilarium.
Absolutely.
It's just going to be divine.
Equilarium is going to be a heart centre. So, everything that can expand the heart, open the heart, and then the love that can pour from the heart, as I said, to help humanity and the planet. And then off into the universe as well.
This Holistic Healing Centre.
The Holistic Healing Centre.
Amazing.
Bringing you the best of the conscious minds in the world. OMTimes Radio, your conscious lifestyle on steroids.
If you remember living fearlessly, joyfully, and in a world filled with adventure, happiness, pleasure, and unbridled living, then this show is for you. Join me, Dame Nicole Brandon, as I bring you the world's top experts in wealth, creativity, flow, sea-edging technology, space, wellness, health, love, lust, and passion, all merging together each week here at the Hub of Happiness. Mondays at 6 p.m. Pacific Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Passionate Living, where you can ride on the magic carpet ride of living and learn how to lead a passionately wild, exciting, and outrageously amazing life.
Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of OMTimes Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OMTimes. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community. What if business could be fun? What if business is the adventure of living? What are you choosing? Where do you do business that makes it easier, more fun, or more joyful for you? We'd love to see where you do business. Connect with us on Instagram at Joy of Business or Twitter at Joy of Business, and share your pictures with hashtags BusinessDoneWhere and Joy of Business. Let's change the world with business.
Do you want to be a better communicator? Do you want to better connect with the important people in your life? Do you want to enrich your relationships? If so, join me, Matthew Cooper, on the Positive Control System Show every Wednesday evening at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on OMTimes Radio. I'll meet you there.
Connecting you with the best of the conscious minds in the world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
So, before the break, we were talking to Anne and her lovely healing sounds. So, we were saying with Equilarium is the wonderful high vibration holistic healing centre that we are aiming to bring together and create to bring to the world to open the heart centre. So it's going to be a spa, it's going to be a medical healing centre, a vibrational healing centre, it's going to have a restaurant, it's going to have everything, all the elements that you need to heal the mind, body, spirit. So it's going to be created like a form of architectural acupuncture for the planet, designed with a wonderful mix of ancient, antique scale with state-of-the-art modern technology. So we're going to create the most incredible sacred space in heavenly scale. So,
beautiful.
yeah.
And we've had some exciting sort of developments on that, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
We're just really following our guidance right now, aren't we? And just so we've got a couple of leads into things towards people that we think are going to help us. So we're not going to share that just yet, but it's making our life very, very exciting right now,
it's
isn't it?
ramping up straight away.
It is ramping up, yes.
On our very first show, we planted the seeds. We planted the first seed of Equilarium, the radio station, and the first seeds of Equilarium, the Holistic Healing Centre, and the real physical seeds. I mean, I've now got 4 leaves on mine. I don't know about you.
Oh, you're ahead of me now.
Oh,
I was looking amazing, Claire. Amazing.
Anyway.
They're twice the size of mine.
We'll all get there in the end, don't worry.
We will.
But I had a bit of guidance come on the 6th of May, and I'll read you this little bit because it refers to our seeds.
Oh, wonderful.
So if Anne's going to play us some beautiful hang, and I'll share this with you.
Oh, that's lovely.
Okay. May the seeds you have planted continue to grow from show to show. May they gain strength every day, come what may. For even now, at this late hour, humanity may be saved and blossom into a beautiful flower. The world, it would seem, has just awoken from its dream. To find the time to act, to save our precious planet, has come. Do what you can to inspire all others, soul sisters and soul brothers, to open their hearts and play their parts in raising vibrations across the nations. For this is key.
Beautiful.
It's a lovely
The
little
music and the words.
Yes. So
Background music.
You're playing the most incredible instrument here. It looks like a flying saucer.
It's a UFO.
It's intergalactic.
It is, yeah. The first time I saw it, I was at a drumming workshop, and the guy who was facilitating the drumming workshop had one of these, and I just was mesmerised. I heard it, and it was just flying saucer. So a year later, I'm in the recording studio, recording my first album with Hang, and I call it Mothership of Soundscape.
Wonderful.
It is. Its shape is just like a flying saucer.
It is.
And it's a very beautiful. I'll just play it because it's
Okay. Perhaps if I read my next piece of
Yes,
writing, you could just
perfect.
play us a little
yes.
instrumental in the background. That would be really nice. Right, this is a much longer piece, so if your listeners would like to get comfortable, then close your eyes and just enjoy. Plan, prepare, promote. It's as easy as ABC, 1, 2, and 3. Focus creates reality. So gather your thoughts, your aims and ideas. Release all doubts, false limitations or fears. Plan what you would like to unfold, as if it were a story waiting to be told. Prepare yourself on every level for when and how it can unfold. Take steps to make it happen by pursuing obvious actions. Then promote your ideas, your plans and action outcomes. Allow the rest of the world and the universe to know what it is your heart so desires. Tell the angels your song, so they may sing along and add their heavenly dulcet tones to the mighty vision of you crones. May all men, women and children have their own objective, heavenly directive of what their destiny will be. May the angels bless you one and all and help you find your calling. For when it does indeed appear, rest assured that heavenly help is always here. Remember to speak your truth in your mind, body and soul. Stay on track with what you know to be the truth for you. Ask the angels to assist you with all that you need, comfort and advice, healing, directions, connections and love. They are here to help you navigate the journey of your life, but cannot step in and assist unless you invite them to do so. This realm of earth comes with a gift of free will from birth. Therefore, you can do whatever you will, but your will is a powerful tool. Too many people have too little understanding of the power of their choices. They are told and taught that they have no choices, that they have no voices, but nothing is further from the truth. You all have the same rights to this gift of life on planet Earth, and you should do what you can to help your fellow man, woman or child that is not given the freedom to pursue the kind of life their hearts would love to do. Too many powers that be, that rule and bully, run things with their own best interests at heart, and do not consider we all have an equal part. Every life is sacred, every life divine, for the spark of life itself is a gift from the Creator and is given to you one and all in equal measure. The gift is the same regardless of your name, your colour, your creed or your nation, your gender or your intellect, your creativity or your productivity, your ability or agility. Whether you choose to treasure or abuse your body is entirely up to you. If you make the world a better place or decide to rearrange your face, it's entirely up to you. Only you know deep in your soul what is your true life's goal. If it is to be of service to humanity in some way, then that is all well and good, and is generally understood that this is your calling. But if it is to pursue a life of selfish desires and short-term gains, to satisfy your own ego and not to benefit anyone else, then this too is your own choice. People make up reasons for why they have to do what they do, to bully and control, to poison and pollute, to seek power and glory, to create suffering and hardship, to declare war upon nations, groups or individuals. But these are not their true heart's goals. These are the choices their egos have made along the way. If all men and women were to open their hearts and make choices from love instead of from the ego of their heads, the world would be a very different place. But you are gifted free will for a reason, so that you can learn the consequences of subsequent choices. But 'tis veritably the time indeed when all people should heed the warning signs that all is not well and thriving on planet Earth as a result of the choices that have been made along the way, that have resulted in the imbalance of nature and power that are around at this present hour.
Wow, that's amazing, Claire and Anne. It's beautiful. So that's really resonating and saying, as a goddess, reclaim that power and actually, put it to use and stand up for what you believe in,
Yes.
And when the women of the world get together and do this, the goddesses, we are going to see change here. We're going to see real change.
Definitely. In fact, the last week there was the Women on the Edge of Evolution conference.
Yes.
And they said that it's a critical mass of women from all corners of the globe are awakening to this new stage of human evolution. And it is, and it's true, right here around my kitchen table, and hopefully around your kitchen table too. It's all about sisters doing it for themselves and helping each other to realise their own full potential and to step into their own incredible divine goddess energy. Following the truth in their own hearts. It's saying it's a choice. You have to choose.
Absolutely, and if you can use this gorgeous sound vibration to help you get into that mental space where you can sit and think clearly. I'm fascinated, Anne. How did you get into this beautiful sound? Yeah.
I've been playing music and singing all my life. And as I said before, I was going around gigging and trying to bring the conscious music to the pubs and the clubs and all of that, because I've been meditating since I was about 23. I was lucky to find my teachers very early in life. And then about 15 years ago, I heard about a wonderful teacher, Chris James, and he taught me how to vocal tone, which is that beautiful the very, very clear vocal tone for healing purposes. And then all these beautiful instruments, the hang, which I just played now, the sansula earlier on, the Tibetan bone, the rain stick, and lots of other instruments came my way. And the way I play them is a healing way. Because lots of people play the hangs and that, and it's a performance, but I play it in a really healing way.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful.
And perhaps after the break we can hear this gorgeous rain stick that you've got. That would be really lovely as well. And to hear about your journey, because I know you went the shaman's path.
Oh yes, I worked with the shamans in Mexico, because I lived in Mexico for a while.
So it'd be lovely to hear about that after the break, wouldn't it?
Your conscious connection to a more mindful world. OMTimes Radio. IOM-FM.
What if living didn't have to be so serious?
What if you could move beyond your problems with greater confidence and ease than you've ever imagined?
Throw your labels out the window and join the Irreverent Therapist for practical tips and a very different way of approaching the changes you would like to create.
Marilyn Bradford
and Pam Hodling
have empowered hundreds of people to come out of self-judgment, quit looking to experts, and begin to create the lives they desire.
Join us Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern on the Irreverent Therapist Show.
Host your show on IOM-FM, the radio network of OMTimes Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OMTimes. Hosting a show on IOM-FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community. Are you trying to get from point A to point B and need a little advice? Connect with the counselors at OMTimes Advisors. Whether you're looking for a life coach or a spiritual intuitive, the advisors participating at advisors.omtimes.com were carefully chosen based on their gifts, skills, and professionalism. OMTimes Advisors, connecting you with the best advisors in the business.
Radio Namaste leads you down the yellow brick road into portals of consciousness with the blue collar goddess as your host. Interviews with humans who could be famous or just popular, and answers to everything are on the agenda. Tune into OMTimes Radio and drop in on Thursdays at 3 Eastern. It's a different brand of enlightenment.
The future of internet radio is here. OMTimes Radio. IOM-FM.
And so on, we've got this beautiful, beautiful rain stick. Magical.
Oh,
It's like the ocean, isn't it?
Otherworldly. Yeah.
It's in like kind of like a battle town.
Oh, that's absolutely beautiful. I have to say, it's the biggest rain stick I've ever seen. It's tall as me. It's as big as me, that rain stick.
It's a biggie.
Yeah. So, would you like to tell us how you came across that?
Yes. Yes, I lived in Mexico for a while.
Oh, beautiful.
I actually was married to a lovely Mexican musician, Gabrielle.
An angel.
An angel, archangel. And we lived in a part of Mexico that was quite remote, in Colima. And I met a few shamans, who were doing music. And that's when I first heard the rain stick. And the first rain stick I heard was like quite a small rain stick, and it was more like a tropical rainstorm. But I did fall in love with it. And I also fell in love with their whole attitude towards music, because every part of their body was a potential instrument. So there were shells around the wrists and the ankles. There were belts of wonderful sounding things around their waist, and every part of the body, the head, the toes, everything was just a walking instrument. It's so vibrant. And then the way that the instruments were made, from rocks and from bits of wood, and then sort of it was just the bird flutes, everything. It was all just copying nature and the big conches and everything.
It sounds like the rainforest.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So did you study with the shaman?
I did. But I kind of, I sort of very humbly kind of just looked on. So I didn't, in fact, have an initiation. That whole thing. I just worked with the musicians because I was
journeying.
I didn't. No, ayahuasca. No, I didn't, because I had my meditation and I was really happy. I didn't have any questions that I wanted answered. I was very much about the spirit of the music. So I didn't have any sort of initiation or anything like that.
Again, and I think we had the beautiful fortune, Claire, Gill and I, we went to the Mind, Body, Spirit Festival and last week, and you were there, and you had your beautiful sound tent, and it's just magnificent to see you in action. And I've got to say, I think you came into this earth with that knowledge. You say you're not a shaman. Honestly, I think you actually came into this earth with all that ancient knowledge to be able to pass on that beautiful, beautiful sound that you do. It's so healing. It's just incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you have a thing called the Mantra Lounge, don't you, at the Mind, Body, Spirit? And it is like an oasis.
It is, yeah.
Because we found it quite chaotic, actually, at the Mind, Body, Spirit Festival, the general energy that was going on around, until we came to you in your little mantra lounge. It was like,
the oasis.
Heaven! It was
It
an
was
oasis.
sanctuary.
It was a sound sanctuary. It was talk about instantly getting an understanding of how sound can change the vibrations of what's going around. We stepped into your yurt, and there it is. It's just ringing with this beautiful high vibration of peace and tranquility. It was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it has that ability. And, also because, my roots are in the Celtic thing, and you asked about shamanism. I didn't study shamanism with the Mexican people. I studied it with a Celtic woman called Annie Spencer, wonderful. Because I felt I wasn't drawn towards the Mayan and the Aztec shamanism.
But you're an Irish goddess.
But I'm an Irish goddess. So I did all my training, the shamanic training, and it was gorgeous because this is our land. I felt very much, that, and I was very respectful in Mexico, but it was too vast for my sensibilities or whatever. I didn't feel that was my earth. I had huge respect for it and love and passion for it, but I felt I didn't really belong there. I know that sounds, but when my shamanic training came to me, it was the Celtic.
And was it on the Emerald Isle?
Yeah. No, it was here in the UK.
Here in the UK,
yeah,
was it?
to be sure, in Cornwall, which was Celtic. Yeah. But it was about that thing, and also I did a lot of work with an urban shaman, Paulina Howfield, and we did that all around London. So we went into the war zones and also the Square Mile in London, you know, where the Templars, the Knights of the Templars, and I did a lot of travelling, shamanic travelling in London, and some of them were very, very frightening for me.
Were they?
Yeah, so that's why I tend to stay with the lighter energy. But it's good to meet the darker energies as well. There were a lot of dark energies around the Southwark, that part of London. Very, very dark energies. You know, I physically felt attacked by a lot of the energies.
Is that the business area?
It is. Actually, it's the old part of London, and it was historically where a lot of very dodgy things happened.
All the
Can I just say that's very interesting, because I used to have my studio in Southwark. In SC1. And you mentioned about the Knights Templar, because I've definitely got a link to the Knights Templar.
Yeah.
So I'd love to talk to you about that, you know, as a deeper conversation sometime. But it's interesting that I ended up, you know, in that area. It was the last place I worked in London before I moved south. So maybe my work was done there.
Yeah, you know, then there's a lot of connection with Egypt.
Oh, is it?
The pins. You know, the Cleopatra pins, all London, and the Masons.
Yes.
And so it's all connected. And, you know, you can, when you enter, you know, behind the veil, as Paulina did, you know, take me behind, you know, she guided.
Absolutely.
And it was quite frightening, really, you know, but as I say, it was good, because we need to know our shadow as well as our...
we need to know what it is.
Our choice, as you were saying.
Yes, it's choice.
I made the choice to go, go on the light side.
To go with the light side. And it's so true, you know, we all have that choice. You can choose what you want to do, and you know, we're all light workers here, and the light will always, in my opinion, outshine the dark, you know, so the dark side.
So Claire, we'd just be lovely just to talk a little bit. I'll finish off talking about Equilarium as this magnificent project that we're going to create. I mean, you know, I've been called to it, you know, ever since I've met you, really, but you only really revealed it to me properly last year. And what I couldn't believe was how much it is in line with a vision that I've been wanting to create, which is all about holistic art. I'm not going to go into that right now, but and even, you know, just getting to know you, Josephine, a bit more, and, you know, when you revealed about you've got a massive project as well you want to do, and I just get a sense that all three of us have come together to work on it. For me, you know, it's like the mothership. You know, so just putting our energy into this and wanting to birth this and to create it and get it off the ground.
Well, absolutely. I think, you know, we came together and we did the Holistic Art House as artists, and now we're here. And I think all of our ideas are sort of come together with Claire's grand idea of building Equilarium. So you're just building this gathering that, you know, all our energies are going to be here to help you facilitate.
I think, you know, people will resonate. I mean, this building oh look, a enormous heron just flew in. Did you see that?
It's like a pterodactyl.
It's a sign. It's a sign.
Out of the clear blue sky came a pterodactyl.
Yes, I was going to say this building wants to be built. It will resonate with a lot of people who, as you say, have this sense of calling that you know you've come to do something mighty for the world, not just to take care of your own self and your own family, your own needs and your own aspirations. This is on a different level. And so if you do feel that this is calling to you, you know, please get in contact with us. You know, please share the idea, sit with it in your own meditation and see whether it resonates with you in any way that you feel that you'd like to join in or that you could help. Because it is definitely coming, it's definitely built in other realms, and it's coming to this world. As you said, each week, from show to show, we're having massive more things come in, more signs and symbols and connections being made. So it's actively moving forward, and it's getting very exciting. We're hopefully going to have our own television show called the Real Holistic Housewives, which is going to catalogue the journey of Equilarium. And of course, the grand finale will be the opening of Equilarium when it arrives. So we need to get that up and running soon, because literally every week there's most amazing synchronicities and opportunities coming together. Because as you said, Jill, it's not just a vision. I've just had the clarity of the bigger vision, but a lot of people will have their own visions of what they're doing that they will realise is actually part of this bigger picture.
And on a practical level, Claire, what could the listeners do to actually help get this project down and bring it and start the building of Equilarium? Well,
we're going to need seed capital, aren't we? I see this project as just being built magically. This is alchemy.
It is.
This is real life manifestation. We are going to create this, and but it's like unlike anything else that's ever been created before. It's like the top of the top of the top, isn't it?
It is.
And this is all the people that we're going to pull in order to help us.
Yes.
And they will resonate with it. They'll know that this is the project I came to do.
Exactly, because it's the biggest healing project for the planet. And that's what, certainly I know, and I've said it to you guys before, that I got the message about a couple of years ago that literally everything that has happened in our lives up until this point is just called story. This is the point we've come back for. This is where it is. Life is from this point forward. So talk about stepping into crone. Life begins at crone. So thank you for joining us around my kitchen table today. I hope you've enjoyed our discussions. And please check us out on the Facebook page. Give us a like, give us your feedback. I'd like to say a big thank you very much to Anne Malone for joining us.
Thank you, Anne.
Beautiful. Anne.
Beautiful music.
And sharing your beautiful sacred sounds with us. Absolutely gorgeous.
It's an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
It's been gorgeous.
Raising vibrations
Across the nations.
Namaste.
Namaste, Didi.